Hey everyone, it's the Grumpy Meeple, and I'm coming back at you with some more Oathsworn slash Shadowborn games related content. I wanted to do a deeper dive into the current shipping crisis that Shadowborn is facing and the way that they're responding to it, and eventually I'm going to juxtapose that against how certain other companies that you may or may not have seen on this channel in the recent past have dealt with it. And so, this first video, I'm just going to set up the situation, and then in the next video, we'll talk about the request that they're making. Then I'll give my verdict on the request, and then we'll do some compare and contrast. So basically, it finally came to it. They were really hoping that this wouldn't happen, and they have been talking about this for months and months, that this might be a possibility. Shadowborn Games needs additional funding to deliver our games to us. So basically, in terms of this situation, you've got a couple of videos here that go into extensive detail on exactly what happened, how it came to this, etc. and so forth. I highly suggest watching these. I will put them in the description, as well as a link to this Kickstarter page. But basically, this game funded before the pandemic even started, and the pledge manager closed before the pandemic even started, which is an even more critical piece of information. And so they priced out shipping at a time that no longer exists, essentially. They built the standard kind of shipping cost growth expectations of 5 to 10% per year into the price that they charge for shipping, and that is no longer the case. All right, so here Jamie from Shadowborn goes into really specific detail about exactly what they have raised in revenue, what their costs are, and what the difference is. And this is something that I really want to tip my hat to him and to Shadowborn Games for being this transparent with your customers. Because, the bottom line of this is that they're almost $300,000 off their projected needs on this. And that's a hard thing to admit. As a project manager, it wouldn't be particularly, flattering. But they owned up to it. They're admitting exactly what happened, and they break it down right here. So in total, they raised almost $3.5 million from the Kickstarter and the pledge manager. 1.8 of that, I believe, came out of the Kickstarter. Fees and taxes came out to $508,000. Manufacturing and development of the game itself cost almost $2.35 million. And then the shipping, which they originally estimated to be more like $500K, ended up being $883,000, leaving them with a deficit of $276,000. And so they don't have the money to deliver the game. And they call out here, they need to raise another $276,000. They're putting $100,000 of their own money. That is not money that came out of the campaign, because they break down in great detail in these videos that, that money is all gone. So this isn't $100,000 that's coming out of their big pile of profits they have. They don't have any goddamn profits. They are at zero. They're under zero in terms of this campaign is actually costing them money. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to get out quickly with these videos, is because that is not okay with me, honestly. This campaign in particular has just been like a beacon of light in the shitty, kind of murky depths of Kickstarter, of like how it should be done. This is like the paragon of Kickstarter campaigns. It's my most anticipated game, easily. And the idea that these guys put the blood, sweat, and tears into this campaign, and that they're not just not making money, they're losing money on it, really actually upsets me. You might be surprised to hear that the Grumpy Meeple actually gives a shit about somebody else, but it's true. And I'm not okay with it. And so the least I can do is make some videos, explain the situation, explain why I'm not okay with it, and so forth and so on. And so I'm going to be doing a series of videos covering this issue. And one thing that I'm determined to do in each episode is show off what you are actually getting for your money, kind of what the fight is for. And so here I've included some images of the boxes, the standees, and some of the miniatures from the Oathsworn core pledge. And I think you'll agree that this really is a tremendous amount of content that looks to be very high quality. And so, again, throwing our support behind Shadowborn Games is, in my opinion, well worth it.